In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to combine multiple worksheets from a single file. These are the steps that we're going to go through, and the resulting worksheet is going to be a row-wise combination of the individual worksheets, where the rows have been appended and the number of columns remain the same. The condition to be satisfied is that the columns must have the exact headings. We're also going to be looking at how to refresh the data once a change has been made in any of the individual worksheets. So that final combined worksheet, how do we refresh that data whenever any edits are made or any additions are made to the individual worksheets? We'll go through that as well. Now, the name of the file is that we're going to be working with is called Demo Combined Sheets Sales Data. And you can, of course, as usual, find that in the list of downloadable files. So let's get to it. So we are already familiar with this data set. We had used it to demonstrate the transformation of the date column from text to date data type. All we have done is simply to create 3 separate worksheets where the rows from this worksheet that have been extracted reflect country equal to Australia, country equal to Belgium, and country equal to Canada. Great. So the task really is for us to combine these 3 worksheets. Now recall that I said that one of the main requirements is to ensure that the column headers are exactly the same. So we're just going to quickly confirm that. And a quick way to do that is we can easily copy and paste into a new worksheet. So let's do that. So all I'm doing is for each worksheet, I'm just taking the column header and I'm going to put it in this new worksheet, because I want to simply confirm that they're really replicas of each other. So remember, we had gone through how to remove duplicates, so we're just going to do the same thing here. And go, so I'm in Data, Menu Item, and then remember this icon is for Remove Duplicates, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm expecting it to identify 2 of those rows as duplicates. Excellent, 2 duplicates found and 1 unique value. So there you have it. That would be my confirmation that yes, each of the worksheets really has matching. They all have, those worksheets all have matching column headers. Okay, great. So what we want to do now is to just get right to it in terms of combining the worksheets. And we would go to the Data menu item. And then we go to Get Data, from File, from Workbook. Now remember, in Excel, one of the basic concepts whenever we're performing an action is we first identify the data object. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We are importing and loading. So it's really telling Excel what object is it that we're going to be performing some sort of action, some sort of operation on. So I click on this. I select this worksheet because this is the one that we're in. Click Import. Great. So I'm going to check this box, select multiple items, and I'm going to select the worksheets. Australia, Belgium, Canada. Great. And then I will go to the bottom of the window and I'm going to click on the down arrow for Load. And I'm going to select Load To. With this import data window, by default, it has only create connection, yes. And we already have a check in this box for add this data to the data model. And that's exactly what we want to do. So we're just going to click OK. Great. So we have 70 rows for Canada, and we notice that 29 columns. Belgium, 33 rows, 29 columns again. Australia, 29 columns again, and having 185 rows. Okay, so now that we've loaded it in, we now need to go ahead and combine. So I'm still in the data menu item, then I'm also going to go again in get data, but rather than going to the from file, we're going down to combine queries, and we're going to select append. Excellent, and then I click 3 or more. Now the order is important here. I'm just selecting tables to append, because this is exactly the order in which it is going to execute the append. So Belgium is going to be appended to the rows for Australia, and then for Canada, that's the last set that's going to be appended. So if you have it in another order, it's going to do it in that other order. Excellent. So here we go. Let us just do a quick confirmation. I'd love to actually see confirmation. So I'm seeing Australia. Let's scroll down some more. I'm expecting to see Belgium pop up. Am I seeing that yet? Yes, just past Belgium, right? And Canada. Great, we have Canada there. Excellent, and I could have clicked on the filter and also seen, right, that yes, it's picking up that some countries, the countries there are Australia, Belgium, and Canada. Great. Okay, so I'm ready to close and load. So I'm going to click on, so this is for the home tab, close and load. It comes up by default, the home tab. And then we select close and load to. Then we have this window similar to what we had before, and here we're just going to select yes, we do want it to be in a new worksheet, so we're just going to click OK. Great. So this is where I have that we saw a preview already. If you want to do another look, we can quickly do another look. Country, let's click on that. Yes. Okay, great. So we can see here that the final worksheet actually has 288 rows excluding the header, and we can see that yes, just at a glance we see that yes, that is a combination of all three. Wonderful. So let's see, is it going to give us some sort of preview? Yes, it gives us for append 1 the preview. And we see columns 29, and remember, that's what we had too for Canada. We had columns 29, Belgium, columns 29, Australia, columns 29. Yes, excellent. So that's exactly what we expected, for the number of columns not to change, but for us to increase the number of rows, because that's how the worksheets were combined, row-wise combination, appending. Okay, great. So we're at the part now when we want to test to see how we're going to actually refresh the data. So let's go ahead and make a change. So I'm adding a new row here. Adding a row, I just copied the row, and I am just going to make a change only to the order number, just because it's going to be easier to reference. So it's the very first row, and that's for Australia. So it's going to be very easy for us to pick up whether or not that change has been made. So right now, for the final one, as you can see, the first row does not have that 99999. So let's go ahead and refresh. And the first thing that we need to do is to save the file. And then we go into data. That's the menu item that we have been working with all this time. And then we go to refresh all. Click on that. Click on refresh all. And as you can see here, we already see it changing. It was 288 before, and I can see it says 289. And we can already see that the very first column is the one that we just inserted. So we know that it's definitely working. We can even look at it here. That was the preview. But we can look at it here, and we see for sure that the change that we made is reflected. So we have refreshed. Excellent.